Hey friends, welcome back. If you're new here, I'm Katrina with Homegrown Florida, and today we are harvesting garlic. It feels like it's a little bit early, but if you can see over my shoulder, all these plants are showing signs that they're ready to harvest. And I'm gonna show you all those signs. I'm gonna show you the 3 different varieties. I think this is the only one that's ready. It's the first one, which is the Inchulum Red, but then I also have like a Sicilian artichoke and an elephant garlic. And they are showing signs, but I can't imagine that they're ready. So we're gonna check them all together and then we're gonna harvest, and there's a bee right there. Where'd he go? There's a big bumblebee out right now, and he got mad because he got caught in the pool cage and I had to get him out. I'm nervous for multiple reasons. I'm excited to get this garlic up. In previous years, I've had problems with harvesting it a little too late or a little bit too early, but I think I'm like perfectly on time. So let me show you what that looks like. So the first thing that I'm seeing is this right here. You can see that there's multiple leaves here that have died off. Let me see if I can see how many. That's 1, 2, 3, and then on this side 4, 5. There's 5 leaves that have died off. And that kind of tells me that we're close to harvest. The other thing that I'm seeing is you can see like the green leaf up here looks pretty good, but then you start getting to the tips and you've got like these little brown tips that are starting to happen, especially like right here. That's pretty obvious. So that tells me that we're getting close. And then my last thing that I do is I dig down, trying not to disturb it too much, but pull the soil away, and I can immediately see that we have a bulb. But the next thing you need to do is just make sure that you have cloves. So you kind of are trying to feel with your fingers, and this one has cloves. And I did this about a week ago, and that's when I pulled up this guy. I pulled one test one, and I was like, oh, that looks pretty good. I can see the cloves, nothing has split. So it kind of tells me all the rest of these look that way. So I think we can harvest today. So we're gonna pull up a couple test ones and hope that we're on the right track here. And hopefully we are gonna cure all these today. And we're gonna take a look at those down there to see if any of these are ready. I don't think so. These don't look quite ready. These look awful, but this is the elephant garlic, and I've never had a scape garlic, so this is new for me, but they're looking like really pitiful. So we're gonna check those too. It fell over, so I'm very curious at what this one looks like. Oh, that one already started to split. See, I think I'm right on time, because this splitting happens to me when I wait too long. That's a good size one. Good. Big. God, it's gotta be the biggest one I've ever grown. Wow. Wow. Huge. The size of these things. So tiny though. One small one. No big deal. Hey girls. I want to show you the difference between my biggest one and my smallest one. This is kind of like what I'm used to getting. This is what I got last year. And this is amazing. I am so stoked about this one. Look at the size difference. I mean, I'm happy with the smaller ones, but I have never grown them this big. And I really think it was the compost that really helped. I put like 2 or 3 inches of compost down right on top of it. I let them sprout and everything. I watered them. I did all the things. But then I think it was back in December, I threw down 2 or 3 inches of like partially finished compost. And then this is what happened. I am just amazed. I am just blown away. Do you see how big these things are? That's the biggest garlic I have ever grown in my life. I'm blown away. And they're all like, I had like 2 or 3 that looked like they were a little bit split, which happens to me sometimes. I don't know, they just like start to mature too much. I pulled them at the perfect time because I think last year like all of mine split. This time I've got like 2 or 3 that split. The rest look great. But let's take a look at some of these other ones. This is the Sicilian artichoke and the elephant garlic. I'm very curious about the elephant garlic because it looks like it's ready, but it hasn't put out scapes. It only has 1 scape. And I know that they put out scapes. I mean, the stalk doesn't even look that thick, right? I mean, this is elephant garlic. It's supposed to be huge. That's why they call it elephant garlic. Okay, so this guy has a little bulb. There's no cloves form. Okay, that's pretty. Let me see if I can get my hand out of the way so you guys can see. If you see that, there are no cloves. This is just a solid bulb. These are not ready, but man, are they looking awful. So we're just going to cover them up and let them keep growing. So I know the elephant garlic is not ready because that is, I mean, it's bulbing, so that's great news. Last year I didn't even get it to bulb, so this year I got it to bulb, but not quite there yet. Let's check over here. This is the Sicilian. It's like right next to it. The Sicilian artichoke. This one looks like it's going to do well because of how thick the stem is, and the bottom leaves have not started to die off yet. I mean, we've got like a little bit of bottom leaves dying off right here and right there, but it really should be a lot more. So let's dig down and see if we can see. Okay, it's the same situation. I don't know if you can see that. Let me bring it in closer. I have the bulb. I can see the head, but there are no cloves formed. It's just a solid round ball. I don't see any cloves, so they're not ready yet. And that kind of tells me, because I'm not seeing these bottom leaves aren't dead yet, and the tops are still very much green, with just a hint of some of the leaves dying on the bottom. So we're not there yet with these. The Michelin Reds did great though, and they always do great for me every single year. So guys, it looks like we got about 32 heads of Insulin red garlic. That's not including the Sicilian artichoke or the elephant garlic. There's probably another 20 or 30 of those. But man, did we do well on this one. So now I'm going to show you how we're going to cure it. I have this. I used to use this for like trellising tomatoes when I was doing like the Florida weave. I kind of got away from that. I didn't like it as much as I thought I would. But I have this twine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie it together so that it's like one giant loop. I'm going to tie it extra tight. Oops. I'm so bad with knots. That's okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. All right. So now that we have this loop, I'm going to grab, let's see here, maybe 8. Let's see how it is. Oh my God, they're so big. This is the biggest garlic I've ever grown. Oh, I'm in love with it. Okay, I don't want them to be stacked like all on top of each other, so I'm gonna kind of spread them out a little bit. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do 7. It feels like it's almost too much. All right, so then we're gonna take our loop and we're gonna go through, and I'm gonna push the loop through the other loop so it creates like a knot right here, and then just gonna hang right here. It's a little low, but that's okay. They'll dry. And then I just need these tops to dry completely out. Right before they get completely dry, but when they're brown, I'll probably braid some because that I have found to be like the best way to like keep garlic in a Florida house, especially where our houses are so hot and garlic kind of wants a cool environment, is I braid them so that they can breathe a little bit better. So make sure you come back, subscribe, come back, and you'll see all that. And I'll show you how that. If you are interested in learning how I grew these huge garlic here in Florida, which is like unheard of, make sure you check out my book, The Homegrown Florida Gardening Guide. I have it on my website, homegrownfloridagarden.com, or you can click the link on this video or down in the description, and it's going to tell you everything you ever want to know about growing garlic here, which is possible. I've been doing it for the last 5 years. This is probably my best year. I don't know if I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did this year every single year, because man, this is my best year yet. All right, so let's do the rest of these. That's 4, 5, This one's gonna be way too long. Yeah, it's gonna like touch the ground. I wonder if I could do, oh, look at me. And yes, this is actually how I talk to myself in the garden. Let's see if I can do this. Does that work? Close together. Oh, there we go. There we go. I can't even. I'm so excited. Okay, so from here, we're gonna let these hang out until they are dry. If you're gonna braid, you don't want this completely brown and crispy because it's really hard to braid. You could do it that way. I've done it. Just doesn't braid as beautifully. What you want is a little bit of flexibility. So once these dry out, about halfway, I'll start braiding them. If you're not worried about braiding, don't worry. Just let the whole thing turn brown. It'll probably take 2 to 3 weeks. You want to put them somewhere, preferably where they can hang like this. But if you don't have that option, don't worry. I have put them on tables before in a single layer, and they have dried just fine that way. Just make sure that they're not like stacked on top of each other, because that's a great place for mold to hang out. So just single layer somewhere. Even if it's not on a screen or something, just a flat table, that works too. I do run my fans the entire time that I'm drying my garlic and my onions out here. The fan does help with circulation. Once again, if you don't have that, you know, I have done it without it as well. You do want them under cover. So I will be very careful that if it rains, I'll probably pull these over here for a day or two. I don't want them to get wet from the rain. So you do want them under some sort of cover. I am just ecstatic with my garlic harvesting. We're not done yet. We got 32 heads. 32. I only need 12 because we eat 1 head of garlic a month usually. 1 to 2, right? That's 24. I've got 32 here, and I've probably got another 30 in the bed if those turn out well. That's probably going to end up with 2 years worth of garlic for me. The heads will not hold that long, but I can freeze them. I usually like to mince and freeze. I like to freeze dry or dehydrate and turn that into a garlic powder that lasts for years that way. I could probably do slices and freeze dry. In my mind, I'm just so excited for this harvest. I'm so stoked that I'm just in my mind thinking of everything that I want to do for it. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today while we harvested these. I think it was amazing and fun. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Head down in the comments. Let me know how your garlic harvest is going. If you've checked yours, do they look like they're about ready or no? I would love to hear your results as well, because I am shocked that these are all ready right now. I'm a little bit shocked, but I'm not shocked that the other ones don't look like they're quite there, but they're probably going to be there in the next like 4 to 5 weeks. So we got a lot of garlic coming in, and the onions are next. Subscribe below. You don't want to miss that. Happy gardening, guys.